Hey, what's going on, guys? Logdotzip here. I see you wanted to take a trip down memory lane, huh? Well, don't worry about it. We got your fix. I present 25 things only really old Minecraft players will remember. That's right. Is that you? Well, if it's not, be prepared to learn, because between God Pagwan Reborn, Logdotzip, and Dragon014, you're about to get schooled, baby. Subscribe. If you want to find out more information, you can check out the Reddit link that this world was based off of in the description of this video. This is a compilation of 25 things that truly only the oldest Minecraft players will remember about the alpha experience of Minecraft. So, strap in, baby. It's going to be a great time. And if you want to see another video on things that only old Minecraft players remember, then please do drop a like rating on this one right now. If we break 3,000 likes, we will get another one for you. Alrighty. So, with that, step 1. No sprinting. Quite simple. There was no sprinting allowed. You couldn't sprint. You could not go any faster than this when you were walking around. Now, normally, see, you could even with sprinting today, you can clear 4-block jumps with ease, and with relative ease, you can clear 3-block jumps while sprinting like no problem at all. But in the alpha days, the only thing you could do was 2-block jumps. This was the hardest jump you'd have to do. It would actually be impossible to do a 3-block jump in the alpha days. Before sprinting, you couldn't do it. So there's pretty much no such thing as parkour. Terrible. Now, number 2, sounds and music. If you didn't notice when walking around, things sound just a little bit different, huh? And not only that, but get a load of this music. Ready for this? Oh my gosh. Talk about bringing me back 6 years. This song. Wow, it's been a while. Let's just let this play, huh? Number 3, the original chests. First of all, look at this thing. It is a full-size block. More on that in a little bit, but more importantly, when you right-clicked it, nothing happened. There wasn't an opening sound. The chest itself didn't open, you see. It's not moving. This is how the original chest used to look and feel. You believe it? Now, I kind of like how the new chests look, but this is what they used to look like. So, on to the next. Step 4. Yes, everything was so green. Look at these leaves all over the place. The grass everywhere. This lovely, just solid green. You couldn't get anything better than that. And speaking of, creepers used to blend in as a result of it. So number 5 was that these guys were up to no good at all times. Creepers were honestly the worst things in the world. And as you can see, when light levels were all the same, these things at a glance, those creepers at a glance, you wouldn't even notice them. Now, number 6 is kind of hard to replicate, but it was the original no-clip. And the way it worked was that you would stack sand above you until you basically buried yourself in sand. Now, these days, blocks will push you out of the way, so you can't really do that reliably anymore. You would slowly place yourself right in between both the sand and the air, and you would see all of the cave systems underground. Easiest way to find caves back in the alpha days. Number 7 on the list. Ooh, I remember this. This took forever to fix in all my houses. It's ladder spacing. Originally, you could place ladders one spot in between each other, and you would be able to climb up them. We've done our best to use levitation effect to actually replicate how that might look like, but that is originally how you would go down and up your ladders. Now, this kind of came back when you had the trapdoors in 1.9 start to act as ladders. So now you can space out your ladders, but only with trapdoors, which brings us to our next change. Look at this. Booster rails. Now tell me you don't remember these if you were real OG. Before powered rails, we had booster rails, which were essentially minecarts you would place every so often along your main minecart track that would push the one that you were riding in along. Basically, the collision box of the entity, when you went past this booster rail, it would cause them all to speed up, and that one would stay in a nice circle, pushing your minecart forward. Now this is gone now that there's powered rails, but this is a true testament to an alpha player. This next one's kind of finicky. Don't worry about it. I'll make it up to you later. Number 9 is no cooldowns on weapons. We've got a zombie coming up right here, and this is the perfect time to show you. There was absolutely no cooldown on your weapons. You could use them instantly. Most weapons today, you've got a little cooldown. It appears either in your hotbar or it appears right underneath here in alpha, and actually anytime before 1.9, honestly, you didn't have the cooldown. So sorry, Mr. Cow. It's for the better. A real throwback. Original food. We got ourselves pretty much the main sources of food in the alpha days. Apples, pork chops, cooked pork chops. Now, the coolest part about food, in my opinion, in Minecraft was the simple fact that it did not stack and you could eat it all in one gulp. When you ate food in alpha days, it would heal you instantly. Look at that. Do you see my hearts? Let's go ahead and grab another one. Get a load of this. We got 4 hearts down right now. Go boom. Eat it. Oh, yeah. Now look at this. You're probably wondering what's going on with the lighting. It seems like the day and night's been a little bit faster. Well, it is our recreation at how the lighting system used to work in Minecraft. Let's go ahead and switch it back to regular old daytime right now. When it was time for sunset, you would start to see lighting change all over the map, chunk at a time. But get a load of all the different shadows and lighting. No smooth lighting at all. And to top it all off, look how dark everything is. There was no brightness option. Everything was on moody pretty much at all times. This is how dark Minecraft used to be. Let's check out this cave system over here so we can show you number 12. There were no special stone, no granite, no andesite, no diorite. All there was plain old stone. I mean, there was gravel and dirt and ores and such, but in terms of stone blocks, it was literally just stone. Well, that and some dungeons here and there. Ooh, we'll get to that in a second. Number 13 on our list was leaves would not decay. Every once in a while, you'd get an update that would break Minecraft in some way or another, and one of it was the fact that leaves, after one update, would not decay anymore. They would never disappear. Even if you got rid of all the wood that was part of a tree, this thing would stay for good. It was so annoying having to clear out all the fields around you to get rid of these leaves. They'll just, you'd have to. There was the only thing you could do about it. Now, step number 14, it was kind of hard to show this, but basically, there were no beds. You couldn't skip night. Not with the press of a button like that, not by getting in your bed and hopping in, going night-night, dreaming sweet dreams. None of that. And because there were no beds, there was no way to reset your spawn. If you died, you appeared wherever you did. Ooh, ignore that. But yeah, if you died, you appeared wherever you originally spawned in your world. It sucked. So next step on our list is number 15, farmland. Terrible. This was basically walking on eggshells at all times. If you tried to plant any seeds around you, you could almost be guaranteed that even walking on them, you would ruin all of your crops. Tell me some of you guys remember this. Oh, it was honestly just the worst. And if you snuck on them, you'd be good to go. Now, we don't want to mess with that. We want to let these things grow because we're going to have to revisit some of our crops a little bit later. So, on to the next step right here. Like I said before, the only thing that spawned in caves was stone, but every once in a while, you might find a monster dungeon. That mossy cobble. Now you can make mossy cobblestone by combining slime blocks or vines, I think, with regular old cobblestone. You couldn't used to do that. The only place to get it was going to be in your cave systems around wherever these mossy cobbles were. Every single time you ran into one of these things, you gathered every single piece of mossy cobble you possibly could because there was no guarantee you'd find another one anytime soon. And because of textures being so bland and boring way back in the day, you wanted to get as many interesting ones as you could. Speaking of, our next on the list is the old textures. Get a load of these things. The original sponge, brick, gravel, diamond and iron, as well as our gold blocks. They had this very interesting sheen. I don't know if that's the right word, but this is how they looked. Birch trees had a slightly different change to them as well, and furnaces and dispensers had these really ugly tops to them. They didn't have their own custom tops. It literally looks just like stone from above you. You could not tell that that is a dispenser or that that is a furnace if you were right on top of it. Now look at this old lava, baby. Look at what the animation. Oh man, it looked like melted cheese. It just made me want to jump into it every time. Gravel was the worst though. I hated how gravel looked. So much, so much. And of course the chest, as we already discussed. So let's go ahead. Don't forget 18. Yes. Oh man, who remembers these things? The OP bows. You could just shoot arrows willy-nilly, baby. Now again, we are kind of makeshift and jerry-rigging the bows to work like this. This is one point. Man, okay, well those were supposed to not decay. Don't worry about it. I'm just fire bows at it. This is how bows used to work. You did not hold them to charge them up. You right-clicked once and you shot an arrow. You could spam click them. It was the best thing in the world. I absolutely loved it. I understand why they had to change them. That's not how actual bows work. I actually kind of wish I kept some more of those arrows because we're going to need them in a second. Not just yet, because first up we've got number 19, fences were awful. They literally sucked. They were the worst. They used to be treated as a full block, so you could not walk right up next to a fence. This was as far as you could get to your fence posts. It was the worst. And not only that, but because it was treated as a full block, any grass blocks underneath it would not grow grass. They would just stay as dirt. It was the most infuriating thing in the world. Terrible. And not only that, but fences were also even worse than that. Check out what we got to deal with right here. Let's go ahead and just put a couple of these things away. If you tried to place a lot of fences next to each other, first of all, you could not place a fence on top of another fence at all. I know there's a barrier block right here, but the idea here is you could not place one fence on top of the other if you had already placed a fence down. You'd have to go through this ridiculous... Oh, the building process was the worst. If you wanted to place fences on top of each other, you had to place a block underneath it because you could only place fences on top of solid actual blocks, not other fences. So if I wanted to place a nice fence structure, this was the only way I could do it. I had to slowly build downwards like this. I think I already messed it up somehow. We had to build down another one and then place one there, and then boom, place another one there, and then break this guy. You see, it was the worst. I hated it so much, but this was the only way that you could make it happen, was to break all of these step at a time. Otherwise, you would not be able to place the fences on top of each other. Ah, sucked. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next step here. Zombies drop feathers. Yes, that's right. They used to drop feathers because chickens, well, I guess chickens also drop feathers, but there wasn't any zombie flesh. You could get either feathers from chickens or from zombies. I'm not entirely sure why that was the case, but the other cool thing about our zombie friends is that they did not drop any experience. There were no experience or levels in the alpha days of Minecraft. You didn't have to worry about enchanting things because there weren't any enchantments either. And this is how the monster spawners used to look. Really interesting. No, but that's gross. Now, we're going to head down to the mining zone to show you the next step on our list. It is one of my favorites, the best TNT ever. One punch TNT. When you used to place TNT down, you could obviously activate it with redstone, you could activate it with pressing a button or activating a lever, but you could also just punch it and it would start to activate just from a punch. That's all it took. And not only that, but there wasn't nearly as many explosion particles going on, and the explosion sound effects were just top notch. Get it? All right, anyways, let's go ahead and head down this list up to the next one. Almost there. Fine. I get it. Wait for it. Oh, man. This thing goes forever. Huh? What is this thing? You're doing oh, come on. As we approach the top here, I can tell you the next thing on our list. Max build height, number 23. We're currently at y equals 128 right now. You can see it right here. This was as high as you used to be able to build in Minecraft. Can you believe this? Even higher than the mountains out there in the distance. That is how high you can currently build. 256. Not how it used to be in alpha days. This was basically cloud level as well. You'll see that we're right pretty much where clouds are. Clouds sit at y equals 127. So you could, we're good water. Wait a second, why'd I die? Oh, that's because water wasn't as safe back in alpha days. Number 24, it worked differently. Depending on how deep the water was, you might be able to get saved from damage, or in this case, death, but it was a lot deeper back then. You couldn't just rely on 2 or 3 blocks of water to save you from super tall jumps like that. Wrapping up over here, we got step number 25. Sheep never regrow wool. In fact, the only way you used to be able to get them was to punch them. We're gonna go ahead and pretend we're punching right now, but that was the only way it would work before. You'd have to punch your sheep in order to get the wool to pop off their body. And not only that, but you cannot get any more wool on these sheep. Sheep were as good as useless once you got rid of the shears. Now, spawning worked differently back in alpha days as well, so you could kill sheep and not usually worry about it. You get some more the next day. But once their wool is gone, they are pointless. You suck. Now, I know that was step 25, but I also know that the attack cooldown over there, that was kind of a lame one. So we've got one final change that only the old people will remember, and that was instant bone meal. Bone meal was the ultimate OP. Y'all don't even realize. You'll get a load of this. We're gonna grab some saplings, we're gonna grab some bone meal, and check this out. Most of this is already grown already, so we're gonna go ahead and just try this again. But you used to only need 1 bone meal to grow all your crops instantly. Look at this. It is, oh man, you didn't need any bone meal at all. And it also worked with trees. Get a load of this. Are you kidding me? All it would take was one single bone to get yourself 3 bone meal, and you could have 3 instant trees, or you could have an instant field of crops. 1 bone equaled 1 instant bread at any time. And with that, my friends, we conclude our list of things that only really old Minecraft players will remember. If you're one of those, then leave a comment about something else you remember from the alpha days. And if we get 5,000 likes on this video, then I will make sure we get another video going off with your suggestions. Make sure you subscribe so you can see that video right as it comes out. I thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, my OG players, and we will see you later.